There's a light.
What's going on, friends and family? How we doing? I got y'all another one tonight. I want to see if I can get two in one night, just to see, if I could think of something. But tonight, I wanted to see if I could describe a bit about how you can discern a bit better without just using conversation. Because discernment, if you ask me, it's one of the most crucial skills to have right now, because people are getting more desperate. You know what I'm saying? Like this capitalism stuff, prices, and then just plain truth is all subline right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to even find people on the same frequency, on the same timing, because most people are just trying to be or look out for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Even at the cost of their own brothers and sisters, at their own families. You know what I'm saying? And it's because of survival. And I understand that, you know what I'm saying? Because, when you get pushed to the limits, which this system does, you only want to look out for yourself, because that's all you got in life. You know what I'm saying? You got one life. So looking out for yourself is your best thing to do. But if it has to come at the cost of somebody else, then what really is the point to operating in a system at all? You know what I'm saying? So people just decide, okay, well, if I can't even work for myself, if I have to exploit somebody else to live, then what is really the point of living in the system? You know what I'm saying? And then you got all this nihilism, and then just even worse behaviors be coming out of this, because people are just changing on the fly, and you're not gonna notice because you don't know everybody. No, everybody doesn't know everybody. You only know who you know. So you have to be able to tell how somebody is thinking without necessarily talking to them, because people are going to hide their cards. They're not going to tell you what they think. They're not going to tell you how they operate, because they're looking out for themselves. So if they want to come at you, right, if they're trying to make the play on you, if they want to try to get the chili out of you, you know what I'm saying? They're going to do that because they want to live. Just like you want to live. They want to live. Nobody wants to have an early dismissal, an early demise. It's not fair. This system, a government is supposed to look out for its citizens, especially for the children, especially for the young, especially for the women. They don't do this, bro. They don't care. They want you to suffer for nothing. You know what I'm saying? For nothing. It's because of years of the past. It's because of the older generations. It's because they had to get it through the mud. They had to do all this. I understand, but like we're at a time where we don't have to do this anymore. We reached a mental consciousness to where we agree that war is not so important anymore. Fighting and drama and chaos are not so important anymore. They're more likely things of the past, of the old mind, of the primal mind. You know what I'm saying? We're not animals. We're not non-sentient animals anymore. We've evolved. Our consciousness is higher. We decide that now we don't have to fight or go at the cost of one another to live. We don't have to do that. But there is really not much you can do about a majority deciding, I don't want to work to think for myself. I don't want to work hard. I don't want to learn. I just want to be able to be having my life sewn out for me without having to do much work. If that means I'll have to be controlled, then that means that. If it means that it's gonna have to come at the cost of my family and my kids, that means that. Which is just crazy to accept, bro. What are you living for if you're going at the cost of your family? What are you actually doing? Anyway, that's my little rant. I'm just tired of this bullshit, bro. Like we're so past the point, and it's just like, who cares, right? Who gives a fuck? So long as I'm living. Anyway, so I wanted to get a bit on discernment through actions, right? Because actions tell a whole lot more of the story than you will get through conversation or through discerning through manipulation or truth, right? Because people can still lie to you. They can be completely deceptive, right? Acting is a whole ass field, bro. It's a whole field to get paid. So people are about to use that skill on you. You know that. Don't ever think that's not, they finna do that. But you want to start discerning through actions. So how can you do that, right? What do actions tell you? They say a lot, right? Actions come from choice. So choice is really the better thing to discern, but you're not going to be around random people for so long to be able to know this is the choices they made or this is the choice they're making. You can only see how they're operating, right? Because pedestrians, they walk around or they drive, they go places and you go places. So you can see their actions, right? You can see what they're doing, or you can at least, especially if they're like somebody you see consistently, you can see what they're doing through their actions, right? You can tell that the final, that what they really want is based on how they finish in the act, not necessarily how they speak or what they say, right? So the actions can tell you, okay, this person is trying to befriend me so that way I can give them some sort of social value, so that way they can use that value to build themselves up a persona, and they will also probably likely try to take from me so long as I don't understand what they're trying to do, right? So you have to see, okay, is this person going to other people and saying this about me? Or is this person going around creating smears about you? Or is this person getting you put into a situation to where it's hard for you to operate without them? Are they trying to get you to be groomed by them, to rely on them so that way they can have more control over your life, right? You gotta think about what is the end result of what they're doing, right? Or even at the end of the conversations that you have with them, what are the conversations leading you to doing with them, right? Those are the actions. So start thinking, okay, they said this, right? And this person said this about them. And as a result, they went and stole a car. So why did they steal a car is what you start thinking, right? The whys, why did they do that? And why did this happen? Why did this happen as a result of them being here? Why did they do this? Because this person said that, right? Or why did they do this type stuff? You have to think about what it is that the end results are concluding, right? What are the conclusions based on the end results of what the actions are revealing themselves to be? Because the words, they start to lose fulfillment. They start to lose meaning as people become more manipulative for their survival, as they become more coercive or more individual in the mind to the point of disregarding your life at your expense. So that way they can be having an easier time in life or having their comfort maintained, right? So yeah, you want to think about actions over words, because actions lead to results, and actions are easier to see where choices are coming from, right? Choices come before words, even choices come before the actions, but you can't always see choices because you can't read people's minds. We don't have mind readers. We don't have that ability, right? I mean, you can pattern recognize, and that'll help you. You know, there's a level of telepathy you can have with some people. Some people have those powers, you know, just based on their want to learn and recognize patterns and whatnot. But you still can't fulfill that the exact choice that they have, right? You can't really discern that fully without at least knowing them somewhat. So, you know, I'm trying to come off the lens of, you're going to come across people you don't know, and you have to know what they're trying to do, because usually when it comes to people making plays in order to do things, it's going to be people who are doing it off the one time, right? The one time they met you, they want to be able to do all of this so that way you won't be able to figure it out, because, you know, the consistency does start to reveal their cards. People don't like being seen, right? The last video, hedonism is you know, it's all baked into that stuff. But they want to hide their actions through, you know, having shown themselves to you just once and then playing their cards that one time, right? If they can get the play off that one time, by only seeing you one time, they'll do it, and that's how, you know, it gets off easier. Instead of trying to groom you through consistent action, because that takes longer, that takes more effort, takes more energy, and people people can get revealed easier, right? Manipulation is losing its shine, it's losing its legitimacy because it's out there. I mean, people are learning psychology for this stuff. They're getting degrees in psychology. They're hanging around people a whole lot just to see what they can learn from the conversation. They're talking amongst each other. They're having, secret conversations with each other, talking about how they can wrap people up into certain positions just so they can get something from them, right? They want to see what they can do to get from people. They want to see what they can do to gain, because gain keeps themselves alive. The survival is deeply baked in, but it's reaching a breaking point because the system does not care for us. And it's showing that indirectly because accountability is something they don't do. They just don't have accountability. Nobody wants to have accountability. All this stuff that's happened in the past, just the arbitrary deaths, the homelessness, the removal of safety nets. They don't want to be accountable, but they want to do it. Why do they want to do it? Because they are sadistic. Why are they sadistic? I don't fucking know. It beats me how you got that sadistic. I don't know what was it all the gore? Was it all the secrecy? Was it feeling good knowing something that other people don't? I don't know how you got that sadistic. I feel like it has to do with racism. I feel like it has to do with family lines that were dysfunctional for a long time. Has to do with trauma. Has to do with generational trauma maintaining, because people don't want to break them shits. It seems like, and there's just more and more stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Okay, so discernment is going to be really key in these times. Now, they said on November 1st that they cutting the stamps. What can you say about that, man? That's a straight up reflection of their negligence to your life. That is one of the most secure safety nets that we actually need. And I'm talking for families that are really hurting because of this system's negligence, because of the fear of accountability. And they want to take that safety net away from you guys. If that is not the clearest sign to the fact that they don't give a fuck about you, I don't know what else to tell you. You have to start thinking for yourself, which is exactly what they're trying to bring everybody to, which is why you have to start discerning a bit more meticulously. Because like I said, they're going to get them plays off the first time. They're not going to show their cards. They're going to want to get it off that one time. A smooth takeaway, never see you again. A video game. So, actions do a lot of that work, a lot of the legwork, because people have to act. You have to operate in this world if you want to live. You have to do that. You can't hide that. Maybe if you had some invisibility potion, okay, you can hide your actions, but that's not possible right now. So probably have to start thinking a bit more seriously than that. Maybe somebody does create that. I don't know. I like to imagine stuff like that, just because like I know shit people probably wouldn't think is possible so long as you believe it can happen and you want to make it happen. If you put two and two together, you add your energy to that and you work for it, you can make it happen, bro. I have that belief. I will believe that to the day I die, because it is such a powerful thing to have, and then to be creative, and then to be mentally strong, tough, and then to have the energy to do anything. Like, I don't know, man, you can be a powerful person if you just, if you really put it in. But yeah, I just wanted to give my spiel on that. You know what I'm saying? We gotta really think about what we're doing right now. Okay, nihilism is baked. It's deep now. It's so deep, people don't care, man. I'm surprised they haven't broke out just straight fighting each other, just straight shooting random people, just stealing, robbing their I'm surprised. The law is no more. It's no more. We have straight up lawlessness available to you right now. You can straight up go and just fuck somebody up and take their stuff, and nothing will happen to you. If that person does not get vengeance, nothing will happen to you. They can call the cops. The cops, oh, I hear your concerns, but we're busy right now. Please call again. Or, I don't really care. Do you? You have to figure it out for yourself. We're not going to save you. Is beat into them. I don't even know what the point of law. What's the point of having police? They're not going to do their job. They're waiting until you do this stuff and this stuff. Why does it have to get to that point? Your job is to prevent that. What is your purpose if when you arrive at the scene, the job is done, the deed is done, the person is gone, or the person has been harmed? Your job is to prevent. You essentially have the same role as a firefighter. You save the people and the building. If you do neither, what the fuck are you doing? And they get paid, bro. The cops are straight up fashionistas, bro. All they do is show up just so they can look good and be better than you, and then make you feel bad. Because, you ask me, and a lot of people agree, them motherfuckers is just the kids who got bullied, so they have to become bullies. They want guns now, so they want to have abusive power over you. They want to be able to use that shit. They feel good. That's part of that sadism. I think those are the people who was watching the gore, and then they grew up, and then they got mad, and they said, I want to fuck people over for life. Who does that? Nat cat out. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to get on. People are just, they're gone, man. They're out of here. They're social media. It's because of all this AI stuff, all the deep fakes, all the fake reports, all the fake stuff with the celebrities, all the fake news, all the fake profiles, all the misinformation, all the disinformation, all the rerouting, all the trying to see what you're thinking so they can harm your life indirectly and remove accountability because they want to be sadistic. The whole point right now, the whole reason all of this is happening right now is because they are extremely sadistic, the controllers of the system, whoever the fuck, and they want to get that sadistic drive off because they're addicted to it, and it's gonna come at your expense because fuck you. And you accept it because you want money, or you want validation, or you want to have an easy time and never have your comfort removed from you. Because you're a bitch and they're not. And you're gonna take it. I hope y'all learned something. I hope you take that to heart because that's exactly how they feel. Because that's exactly what I've been feeling. That's exactly what I know they've been on. I don't know why y'all are so accepting of this bullshit, but y'all gonna have to learn the hard way. Anyways, I hope y'all figured this out, and I'll see y'all in the next one. All right?